Hey, welcome aboard. This is going to be an epic day, particularly for me personally. It's the final day where I just lay down. So basically what's happened, I was abused and bullied by a bunch of trolls almost 12 months ago. And so today is the final day. Today is the final day. Oh, shit. Fuck. Fucking hell. Damn. Oh, dear. Dear. I can't delete the damn thing. Oh, well. What the hey? Sorry. Sorry, JP. Oops. Oops. Oops.
There's a frozen meal in the thing for you too.
Yeah, all right. Come on. Thank you, then. Righto. Sorry about that. So today's going to be an epic day. So soon we'll have our announcer on board and he'll announce the show. And then I'll go into the opening. Here come the trolls. Hey, JP, sorry about that. It was an innocent mistake. So it's just bloody. So that's fucking it for that damn account. You might want to delete it, right? Yeah, I know. I fucking, when I did it, I thought, you fucking idiot. But then, as quickly as I said that, I said, oh, well. But, you know, from your end, dude, you want to get rid of that that account or something, or maybe trash it or whatever, in case they use it and abuse it. Oh, okay. Well, you're right, actually, because it's evidence, isn't it? Whatever they fucking... That's what these idiots don't realise, you know, when... Well, you know what I'm talking about anyway, so you're cool. Now, I'll give you control, sir. Look at me calling you sir because you're a master of the universe. Now, we're live, right? So you got to remember that context. Daddy's here. Daddy's here. Internet daddy, because we know there's a real daddy and he's a cool dude. Sit on the fence. Welcome, because we got to have a chat with you. Well, no, I'm never bad, just like you're never bad. But anyway, we know what we meant, no. All right, so welcome to the show's announcer, Mr. Sega Geek, and he'll kick us off, and then I'll come back and take over. Well, actually, hang fire, Sega Geek, with the intro. I just want to talk to Sit on the Fence for a second.
Okay.
Hello, Sit on the Fence.
All right, Rob, how's it going, man?
Pretty good. Now, my read on you is that you're certainly a very talented individual, etc. But I still have a niggling itch, and I'd like to finish that niggling itch today.
Okay, righto.
So, are you in any way, shape, or form, and fuck, it'll come out eventually if you are, and I'm going to take your word on it, so don't worry about that shit. Are you in any way, shape, or form linked to these bully boys that I'm going to stitch up today?
Right, what do you think my answer is?
Well, you just gave me a fucking answer, which worries me. Just give me the answer.
No, Rob, you know, Rob, I'm not, yeah,
dude,
sorry, go on.
Dude, shut up. Just give the answer, that's all I want.
I'm not associated in any way whatsoever. Nothing at all to do with them.
Okay, and like I said, you do. What your answer told me is, you know, I'm still a little bit of a niggly because the good person just says fucking no and moves on, right, JP? Now today we've got our expert with us, He's actually world-class domination level, and he's only 14. So his read is he's an alien, which is probably not a bad thing. It's not too bad.
No, that's the best part.
Yeah. Now, JP, his internet daddy is here, Mr. Sega Geek, and Sega Geek will now introduce today's show, and then we'll just get into tearing strips off these trolls. Some people are actually going to lose fucking work over this, but not my fault.
So we're basing everything based on the aspect that we're ending the troll battles tonight.
No, Mr. Sega Geek. This is just the end game phase. What we're going to be applying the Super Nanny principle as a last ditch effort to bring these people from ego to enlightenment.
Son, what about one last hug before I say something?
Yeah, come on, hug it out, internet daddy and internet son.
Come on, son.
Come on.
I'm your father. Come on, please.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
Type it. Type it.
No. I think he's still focused on kicking the asses of these trolls.
I'd still do it. Yeah, you're my son, bruh. Come on, man. I don't care. I'll just change my shirt later. Come on, do it.
Come on, do it. Come on. Show the love. Show the world the love.
Yes! Okay. Okay, now let's start this show. We begin tonight with the entire aspect of the trolling that everything that's going on with this channel and tons of other channels. And tonight, we want to end it and pretty much end all of this and finally have the end game of everything. Today, I am here with Rob. I am here with, obviously, my son, JP. And we are here with the Fence Man.
Yo.
And the son, your son and I don't like fence sitters.
I think my son's a pretty good fencer. You know,
No,
he
no.
he can do anything his mind can do. Okay, don't ever disrespect him.
Okay, my apologies. But no,
He's been my son for at least 12 hours, good sir. How dare you?
yeah, you know him better than I do. I understand that. But if I catch him sitting on the fence, I'm going to kick his ass.
Who, me?
No, he's
No, any human.
let that dude sit on the fence. My son, no, I will not respect that. If he does it, he goes straight to baseball camp. That's all there is to it. I refuse to let him sit on the fence. He either goes over the fence or under the fence. There's no lines between it.
That's great fathering. There you go. I'm most impressed.
You have no idea how much of a hard life this is, man.
It's getting better. It's getting better all the time.
Yes.
So now, just to give a bit of a backgrounder, so that the viewers, all two of them, know. So we're going worldwide with 3 viewers. Just a bit of a background. So the agenda. This is like the enlightenment journey, basically. You have to know thyself, so that's the process of holding up an honest mirror of who you are as an individual, and then you find all the error states, right, or that you conducted in your life, and you refuse to carry those error states forward, and what happens is you become enlightened, and then the end resulting outcome is peace. So I've been on a long process with dealing with the egos, firstly out of ignorance, then with full knowledge, and now I've held the mirror, so that work's all been done, and this is the final stage, and it always comes down to, because no human has the right to tell another human what to do. It always must be up to that human to make the final choice, and then karma follows. So all these internet bullies that we're going to be talking about today are at that roadmap in their life. My suggestion is that they actually begin listening and learning and start to take the new road and have a blissful life. If they don't, there's karma. So when you hold on to ego, when you get to end of life, it's a miserable death. And if you don't believe me on that point, just go to an aged care facility and talk to the what do they call themselves? Palliative care nurses, right? people dying in regret is just the worst thing ever. Now, Sega Geek will never experience that, ever. He'll have, the good death. Sit on fence, I'm not sure yet. Still, sorry, mate.
I don't want to die sitting on a fence.
Hey? What?
That's the worst death ever, sitting on a fence. Like, when you lay down and everything, it's like you're going to fall over somewhere. It's going to be terrible.
Oh, welcome back. And JP, the smartest young lad on the internet, in the world.
Don't say that. One of my other son could watch this.
Yeah, well, he could be the same. He could be the same if he chose to. I mean, this is not something that...
I know, I just don't want you. I don't want him to feel bad.
Oh, okay, all right. Anyway, Sega Geeks...
He needs that positive influence.
Yeah, Sega Geeks, internet son JP, who's the smartest young person on the planet. Well, he's just... It's not like the rest of dummies. It's just that they're not enlightened. He's going to be serving out some rough justice depending on how a certain person behaves. So we've got this guy called Bullfrog, and he's an absolute fucking terrorist on the internet, and he runs a lot of the trolling agenda. We caught him one time, and he was asking and we got it on videotape, so we don't do things without evidence. We've got a videotape. We won't be showing it today, but it's available if anyone wants it. And got multiple copies and all the rest of that shit. But what he did is he asked some young boys about the same age as JP, and if JP wasn't there, he would have fucking kicked his ass to the curb. But then he was drunk, right? And he's asking them to hang out their gherkins. Well, I'll let your imagination work out what he's referring to.
But he was drunk and he went to court.
What did you say?
Because I remember from the video you said he went to court saying it. Or did he do it during hangout? Like, I'm confused.
Oh, okay. No, it was just in a hangout, mate.
Okay.
He was in a hangout, and there were a couple of young boys, and he was goading them to hang out their gherkins live on air, which is totally inappropriate. So
that is very inappropriate. I mean, seriously, I have 2 sons, man. I don't have time for this.
Exactly. And one of your sons is actually going to serve out the rough justice on this dude if he doesn't come up and publicly confess. So that's the requirement, and once he publicly confesses, then I think that'll be the end of those days, and that'll be good for any other young people this drunken man will come across. So just totally, John May from Western Australia, fucking embarrassment on Australia, and he's also an epic liar, so he's got some major time to do. Now, I don't expect him to come today, but we're just laying things out so that we can all get on with our fucking life and leave it up to him to continue being an asshole. And that's what we mean by...
Would you invite him here and let this be this meeting?
He's more than welcome to our show today, live. More than welcome.
I will, I don't know if I have him added as a friend, but I will see what I can do.
Okay, appreciate it.
Alright, let's see here. Is he online? I don't know, he's probably in a coma or something. I don't know.
Hang on. I just want to go back to my co-host, JP. He says, I'm back. Yeah, okay, got that. I'm joking about that, JP. And I got my stuffed bread. Now, you better stop me. You know me, I'll trip over myself when I just spit it out. And I've got my stuffed bread over here. Okay. JP has a pet fox. Can we get him on the cam? No, I'm joking.
That would be nice, actually, because I love animals. I mean,
hey, Sega Geek, maybe you could be the show organizer. Maybe we could schedule for an upcoming show, an animal show.
Sure. Anything involving animals and anything to protect animals, I'm fully with, because I'm obviously, okay, nobody knows, but I'm actually an animal lover. I've actually donated tons of money to anything of animal protection and everything like that, because, like, honestly, like, animals are innocent, man. Like, you shouldn't, like, kill them for sport or anything like that. And anyone who kills foxes for sports is wrong. Foxes for sport is wrong. Like, no, like, I hate when anyone tortures an animal. I legit want to, like, destroy these people. Like, they're beautiful creatures. They're awesome. Freaking beasts. Like, you can't...
All right, see ya. That'll be for another show, but I think that could be an epic show. That one, I think, would get some pretty good viewership. So, if you're up for it, and again, respect for your time and everything, if it's something you don't want to do, but maybe you could consider being the show's coordinator and announcer, because I think we might as well turn this into a regular show
Possibly.
until we fucking get bored and want to go on to other things. All right, okay. What I'm going to do now, the next part of the show, I'm going out to Troll Land and see what the trolls are saying, what sort of reactions we're getting, and then I'm going to go through each and every single troll and basically say what they did wrong. So what they do, they've been doing it to me for fucking ages. They go and make all these videos and make all these assertions, and then they circulate them around as if they were true. They don't gift me the opportunity to actually respond. Well, in my land, right, not my land, but in this space, we make the claim, just like they do, but we welcome and we actually encourage them to come on board and put their side of the case. But there's one proviso. They must follow Rob's rules of discourse. It's not censorship, but it's just a very tight control that ensures that all voices are heard. So, excuse me, dudes. Wait a minute. I've just got to check with my co-host.
Just making sure. Bolek is invited on here, right?
Absolutely. Anyone is. You know, anyone. But I fully suspect that these cowards won't come on. Because that's the other thing I've noticed about these guys. They splash out a comment, and when you challenge it, they fucking run with the...
Okay, I'm going to say come one, come all, come to Robbie chat.
Yeah. Come get enlightened. Hey, Sega, we're at 6 viewers and rising. We're now at 7. This could be an epic day. All right, I'll be back. Well, you'll still hear my voice as I just comment on the crap in the thing. And, oh, that was another thing. When you wind up bullies, because I basically manage all of these people, when you wind them up, I'm thinking there's another thing I need to cover. Well, I'll just say this. When you wind them up, all of their bad behaviours seem to spew out. Now, the other thing is, now the reason this is endgame day, is that I've actually realised that I'm getting into the same mental and physical state from the previous bullying. All right, so I recognise that. So now, and I thought, wow, this is phenomenal. It's not good health-wise, but it's phenomenal from this aspect. It means now that I can go and report to my docs. I can get a reading of my state. Because what these guys are starting to do is do what they did last year, is trying to push an outcome of mental health. I don't think I've got mental health issues. I'm like JP. I could run the world too. Now they'll take that and say he's fucking grandiose or something like that. But if you give us some time to explain our position, we're quite able to explain our position and why we do what we do. And if you pay attention to the commentary, you know, JP and the speedy moves, the behavioural signals, you can clearly see that this is an enlightened human being. And I am also that way. So, wonderful stuff. Let's see what's happening out in the mosh pit.
the mosh pit.
I gotta get ready for the World Series Game 1, man. Big game.
Hey, listen, Sega. This comes in from the mosh pit. Bulldog is now, because, you know, he's got this fetish for young boys, obviously. Oh, I don't know that. I'm just teasing. But he said, who is John Pitts? Who is John Pitts? Who is John Pitts? So John Pitts is a very, very, very important human being. You have no idea. And he's here, Bulldog, to own your ass and give you a dose of justice. So I've handed you over. You're no longer part of my little group of trolls. You now belong to John Pitts, who's 14, which is ironic because that's about the age of the boys that you asked to hang their gherkin out on the internet, and for which we have a video. Who's this one? John. Who's that, John? I'm sorry, I don't know you, John. Oh, we'll actually chat in the side chat. So what's going to happen today? We'll get pops in, pops out, pops in, pops out from these moves, and at the appropriate time, I'll explain a common phenomena called cognitive dissonance. Oh, that's interesting.
Rob, pick who's going to win game one.
Hey,
Royals or Mets? Who's going to win game one tonight?
what? Oh yeah.
Royals or Mets? Who's winning game one?
I don't know why, but I just felt the Mets might be the answer.
I can see why. Anyone else? Anyone else who wants to pick the World Series?
He didn't get the answer he wanted, so can someone give him the answer he wants? John, whoever you are, I'm sorry, mate, but I'm going to ditch you. You don't fucking talk, you get pumped.
That's John Pitts? That's a John Pitts who just joined, Rob.
Yeah, but if it is John, he'd talk because he knows.
Okay. Yeah.
The real John doesn't play fucking games, and he's lightning quick in his mind. This looks like a slow prick. So off he goes. It'll be a troll account probably. Okay, so back to the mosh pit. What we've got is Rob. Really, you're going to revisit trolls again? He's shitting himself. So we may as well, while he's shitting himself, we may as well cover it off. This is a guy, right, who's a fucking, I mean, I don't like Bulldog and I don't like his behaviours, but I find it obsessively obnoxious that someone parades around as enlightened when they're fucking not. Because what happens is that they broadcast false information to a community and they basically stop that community from being enlightened. And that's what this brother John dude is. He's an intellectual fucking criminal of the highest order. And he's an enlightenment fraud. Absolutely detest that sort of behaviour. And so when I was being bullied, just 1 second.
Are you getting called or am I getting called?
This lady here, she might want to come in. And she'll be more than welcome. She's being bullied by these people, and her name is, and she's an RN. It's up to her though. Again, you know, we don't force people to do things. It's an open door policy. Now, so this guy, brother John, the reason I'm really cross with him, sat on the fence, is that's exactly what he fucking did. So when I'm bullied, he knew that the bullying was occurring, so he was privy to the thing. And if he was an enlightened, an authentically enlightened person, he would have taken action, and he fucking didn't. And as a consequence of that, hey, Michael Ann, thank you very much for coming along.
Greetings and salutations.
Yeah, now Michael Ann, I've just got to do a little payout on brother John's true character, and then I'd like to talk to you if that's all right.
Shirley, let me ask you a question. Can you give me a link so I can get off my phone and go back onto my laptop?
Absolutely. It's in the side chat there.
I'm on my phone, so I don't get side chat.
Oh, okay. How do I get it to you?
Oh, I got it here. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, cheers. Righto, so Michael Ann's going to be an interesting lady to talk to because she's had a deal with these pricks. Now, and that's the other thing too. They socially isolate you, right? Socially isolate you if you go against the group. That's one of the power controls, and they fucking knowingly do that. So it turns out that the solution to enlightenment is to actually socially isolate people with egoic behaviours. It's called the our first little victim. But I'm not going to tolerate this prick for too long. He's fucking so ignorant. It's beyond a joke. What he's doing at the moment, and so what we'll do is we'll deal with Brother John's. Just get this off the table. So, that's one of their tactics too, because of the rat cunning. I see you fucking ran away. It might be time to talk about cognitive dissonance because you're going to witness these sort of behaviours all day today. But anyway, this Brother John led the pack, and basically because he didn't intervene, and because I wasn't aware of, their inner circle's agenda, I ended up in mental health care for a stay of 19 days for a condition called bipolar. I can tell you with great confidence, because I know a lot more now than I did then, that I'm not bipolar at all. When I was in the care, I actually challenged, but I didn't get manic or any of that sort of shit. I just patiently challenged and said, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I eventually got an appeal with 3 senior medical people, and I won that appeal and was allowed to go out. Now, you could have technical discussions about the to and froing, but the baseline is I could have thrown the fucking lithium, which I hate, in the bin. So now there's so many things going on in my mind now, but I don't want to overwhelm. All right, so that's Brother John. Intellectual fucking criminal. Because he holds a view, aka that he's enlightened. He broadcasts that view, and that misinforms other people, and that's fucking one of the worst things you can do to a human. The best thing that a human can do in its life is achieve the enlightened state. Is that not right, co-producer, 14-year-old genius JP? Oh, is he busy? He might be doing something else. Okay, well, the thing about an enlightened person, we're absolutely liberated to the nth degree. And even though this is big time stuff, if we have to go care for someone, or we have to do something little, something else, we just simply do it. Or if his mum asks him to clean up his bedroom because he loves his mum and he's got to manage his mum carefully, he'll go and do that. And that's just the way it is. We just rock to the rhythm of the world, the rhythm of life. It's a powerful beat. All right, so we've dealt with Bulldog. Now Bulldog is going to be owned by JP, so JP is now his daddy, and that's for his bad behaviour. Brother John has been dealt with. I'll deal with him, or I might hand him over to sit on fence because of the correlation. No. Now, the next person we're going to talk about is a lady that I call the Holy Mole. Holy Moly. Her brand name on the internet, and this is egoic, she calls herself Holy Sparkle. Sparkle my fucking ass. And she's holy, right? So she wears that brand as a badge of honour. Fundamentally, she is a Christian lady. Hey, Michael Ann, there's another bad nurse out there. Her name's bloody Friction Fighter. So I'm sure in a nursing capacity, although I wonder, hopefully her nursing capacity, she's like most nurses, very caring. Oh, here we go, she's got something to say. Come on, spit it out. See, one thing too, Michael Ann. Oh, you don't know Spackle. Yeah, I'll come back to her in a minute. But one thing that happens when you actually put a bit of pressure, i.e. hold up the mirror to people that are behaving badly, if you hold that ground consistently, what happens is their bad behaviours just come spewing out. Oh, so what she's doing, so they're all being very, very stubborn, and resistant to change. This is the ego nature. And she's sort of communicating with a girl called Renee, and Renee is a little bit on the frumpy side. Now, an enlightened person doesn't give a shit about that. We can call it how we see. And if we know something's going to wind your ego up, we'll actually do it to you. So if you try and tease us, we can tease you back in spades. So that's that. Now, let's come back to Holy Moly, the Holy Mole. The Holy Two-Faced bitch mole, and that's a characteristic I've noticed, particularly in the women. The guys will just stay on their side of the fence being arseholes, but the ladies will cross the line and try and be nice, and then they'll go back to the other side. So they'll play two faces, which is hypocritical, and that's not a good thing. But Holy Moly is a Christian lady who is also has lesbian tendencies, which in talking to her, I'm not convinced that she is actually a lesbian. So there's some sort of conflict. I'm damn sure of it. So stop giving out. Now this is coming from a Christian lady, and I've seen a lot fucking worse come out of this lady's mouth. I got that evidence. Stop giving out your porn passes. I don't get into pornography at all. It's you bloody people in the ego world that do that. All right. Well, we've got a more important person to talk to, because this is a lady that's stepping off the fence. But she can do whatever she chooses. That's life. It's all about free choice. So welcome aboard, Michael Ann. Now, have I pronounced it correctly? Because I kept fucking it up.
Yes, it's Michael Mann.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll try not to make that mistake again. What would you like to talk about, Michael Ann?
Well, I was intrigued by the naming of this specific hangout, so I figured I wanted a front row seat.
Yeah, good choice. Should be good. Great show today.
Trust me, once they see I'm sitting in here, where do you see the numbers go up? These people have just the most joyous time ratcheting my ass. So trust, they're going to come right out of the woodwork. I'm going to be the little piece of cheese where the rats come.
Well, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm kind of, we're sort of soulmates in that respect, and that they ratchet my ass out too. And who else we got here? They probably now, as a pack, will potentially turn on Sega, but if they do, I'll fucking hound them to death. Well, I'm not sure that they're going to be doing their crap too much longer, but they're stubborn pricks. So what this is about, the end game. This is the end game. So for me, I had the episode 12 months ago. It led to some health issues, which are lifelong issues, and it's all directly caused by these people. And so I intend to take legal action against the Australian part people, and if there's some way on the back of that I can do something against the American people to call them to account, I'll do that. So the end game means that I'm just going to put it all out there, and this is my position, because all the time these pricks, and you'll know this, Michael Ann, they broadcast an opinion, and they just basically rubbish you and run you down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty simple stuff. It's not fucking, you don't have to be Einstein, but it just so happens, me and JP and the Enlightened group that I travel with, we actually are of high intellect. So
I think it's wonderful that you've taken the time to bring this to light. It really has been a tour de force in getting these people to stop. Fortunately for me, mine was short-lived, and I pretty much put the fire out as fast as I could. However, the damage still lingers. I mean, I don't go into rooms, I don't do hangouts, I don't do debates, I could care less whether you believe in God. I have no interest in any of that. I happened to wander into a room as a caring individual to a person I saw was in distress and had no history with G+ or even YouTube for that matter. A total newbie running into a room full of assholes. And it was just fascinating to me to see this type of behavior, because in all of my years, professionally and personally, had never seen this kind of, I wouldn't even call it discourse. I don't know what it is that gets into people to do this. And there are people that literally would spit on me if they met me. And I've never been in a room with them. I don't get it. I don't understand the anger if you disagree with somebody. Where does the anger come from? These people cannot stay in their shoes.
Michael Ann, I can actually explain it extremely explicitly. I know exactly what the fuck this dynamic is and how it happens. Now, the other thing to remember, though, is that these are still outside this dynamic. These people are still all good folk. It's just that they've been caught up in a part of human behaviour which is related to the self-survival instinct for the self. So it's by design, and if you create the right context, it starts feeding off this sort of thing, and then it becomes a fucking nightmare. and it's quite brutal and ruthless. And so, at some point, if you ever want to, probably not today because we've got a lot to get through, and I want to make sure that your voice is heard and the people that you've got concerns about are addressed. And I'll explain that as we go through each one. So it's really great.
They've definitely heard my voice because I don't sit quietly in the corner.
Oh, okay. And I'm glad to hear that because one of the difficulties when you're fighting this battle is that you're quite often left alone because people will just take the safe route. So you know the scenario where you've got a bunch of humans walking down the street and there's a victim being bashed or robbed or bullied. And the majority of the pack will just keep walking. It's only a minority human that will actually step up.
Yep. See, I would not be able to walk on by.
Yeah, well, exactly. And that's why someone says, oh, I don't want to get involved in all that. And I say, fucking bullshit. You're a human being. And the enlightened person, every single enlightened person doesn't walk by. They just won't. Because, well, we're probably getting into the real detail, but I promise you I can explain the whole thing. Anyway, so hang on. So we've got to honour the feed. So this is coming in from Holy Moly, which is in context because we were just talking about this Christian lady that has bisexual or some sort of fucking shit going on sexually. And so she's got, and I can clinically, or at least clinically by my standards, which my standards are fucking 100% standards. So it's not traditional bloody clinical stuff, but I can explain explicitly what's going on with this lady, and with a short inquiry, I can work out, what's the true state behind her. There's a bit of ambiguity around bisexuality. And it's a sliding scale, fucking bullshit. Now, Michael Ann, remember this, humans are binary state. What that means is that we're either on or off. We can't do middle of the road stuff, and there's no fucking scales, that's all crap. I admit to having same-sex attraction, so that's with ladies, and I learn on that part of the scale, but hello, the Bible, hello, Whoopi, fucking, I think she's losing it. Whoop-de-doo, it's pretty simple, jerk face. Well, Christian ladies shouldn't call people jerk face, you arsehole, but I'm not a Christian, I can do whatever I like.
So who's this Raven person? She's online calling me a faux person.
They're funny, aren't they?
No, well, see, the problem is because they don't know me. I am attached to no group, and I'm very new here. I have no attachment to these people, so they have to make this shit up, and it's fascinating because they're really. Well, their imagination is really.
Yeah, well, that's right. but what they're trying to do, there are some.
As a Christian, I'm a Christian. You want me to address this?
I know, they're just throwing enough crap to hope that something
sticks. Can I just make a quick point?
Race.
So what you've got, in these group dynamics, you have some alpha players, and they're the real sinners, and they piss in the water and basically poison the lower members of the pack. Yeah. It's when you fucking sit and work it out, it's pretty
So
simple.
here we go, we have two women here. First of all, they can't even spell. Then we have Bulldog. So, of course, I told you they're going to come out of the woodwork. I'm their favorite crazy person that they absolutely don't know.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Michael.
Hilarious. And it all started with your stupid Mork the Dork, who I'm just reveling.
Well, you know what?
Can't wait. I
Yeah,
think it's awesome to expose such a pervert. It cracks me up.
Oh, well, fucking Jesus. It's inappropriate for a man, just because he, wants to get his rocks off to, con a woman and then fucking abuse the living daylights out of it.
Well, I almost fell over when I also heard that, first of all, he was not the only one. Half
Oh.
the men out there asking women to show them something online. It's unbelievable. It's a sin what God did to men. It really is.
Well, you're actually, well, That's a deeper story because I don't hold with this almighty creator stuff, but I actually subscribe to the real Jesus. So I wrote a book, What is this thing called God? And I know the true story about the person Jesus. And I also know the absolute true story of what this thing called God is and how it works in our life.
You guys would have came out of the woodwork anyway. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. You
Yeah.
guys are so transparent. You give, what is that stuff called? I can't even think of it. Saran wrap, a bad name. There you go.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too, Michael. And when you put these people, so I'm holding the absolute.
Robbie doesn't need help fiction. Okay, Robbie's got it all going on. It's you people
Oh,
with the egos that he's trying to nail, and you're as obvious as the day is long.
Yeah, but I don't want our viewers to miss an important point. When you hold the mirror up, in other words, who's this bloody one? Oh, this idiot. This fucking idiot. I'm going to turn my attention to him so he can stay for a minute. Just sit there, dude, or piss off. I don't give a shit, whatever. Now, this is what happened in discourse, because when your mind's enlightened and actively running, well, it's not like a racing mind, but it's just clear and it's got all the ideas coming. These little interruptions fuck with you. So what were you talking about, Michael Ann? Just the last thing.
Well, I was just answering these knuckleheads, that are...
Yeah, okay. Yes, that's it. I got it. You've helped me get the cue back. So what happens when you hold the mirror up or get off the fucking fence, right, which is really important, humans, fucking everybody get off the fence. When you hold the mirror up, this sort of behaviour that we're seeing now, right, they just get fucking sillier, and they've got no control over this. They get sillier and sillier, and it's like sort of opening Pandora's box. All of the true stories start spilling out, right, because, they do. Now, here we've got one from this jealous little prick. I am intellectually jealous. He will turn on you too, Michael. I fucking won't. If I see integrity...
It's the entire atheist community. I mean, entire atheist community.
Yeah, but they're...
cracks me up, because who the hell would want them as friends anyway?
Well, they're out of business. I'm going to fucking shut them down. I'm not kidding. Now, so I was abused, 12-month stint, life-affecting changes. I've got the whole scenario under total and absolute control. I've got all these people fucking dancing on a string with the single objective of fucking making them, well, I can't make them, but...
Well, I don't have a problem with Airmine and Holy Spackle. So, and Holy might as well be an atheist for all she does.
Yeah, but I do have there's hypocrisy. So if you're a hypocrite in my world, I'm going to kick your ass. And the same with Hermine, she's a hypocrite. She just is. But granted, though, she is, she's on the better side of good. Okay. Now, this little prick here, so we're going to turn our attention to this prick. I haven't had a lot to do with him, but I guarantee I'll pick up very, 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 very quickly, because you can't hide these behaviours. Michael Ann, my offer to you is to spend a session with me and just learn what I know. And it's not complicated, it doesn't run long.
Well, I've been listening for hours. Trust me, I'm up to speed.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I might just test where you're at, if you like, just to give you a level of confidence.
Okay.
Hang on. Now they're swearing and they say the C word. When they say the C word, right?
Yeah.
I know that's a signature, right, of, being right up at the top end of fizzing at the bit. Now they're also jumping around a lot, so I tease them by saying, dance trolls, dance trolls.
They're hemorrhaging. They can't get all their shit out fast enough.
Well, they're being exposed.
Tourette's.
That's right. Now, hang on. My co-announcer, 14-year-old Genius Maximus, says, I just did, didn't I? Is that okay? Because the thing an enlightened person does... Okay, good. Yeah, so JP is, and I promise you, absolutely, this guy's going to become world famous. He is an absolute genius of the highest order, and I just happened to bump into him. You know, well, probably it's probably his design. What? Probably.
Well, after all of these many hours that you've been hanging out, they have yet to come up with anything even remotely suggestive that there's a problem with you. The glaring problem is at the other end of the camera.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what this phenomenon does. And again, we've got to remember that these are still human beings, and if they can become aware of the behaviour and what's going on, it fucking changes them in a really positive way. What happens though a lot in the behaviour is that they're projecting all the fucking time. They project out their behaviours onto the victim, and that frustrates the bully victim, and that's how they start to, you know, wind things up. And as you would well know, it's all about control and power. So that's why these pricks are jumping around so hot at the minute, because they've fucking got no control, and they want it, and they can't help themselves, honestly. They've got no control over it.
Heads cut off.
Hey?
They're like chickens with their heads cut off.
A little bit of that, yeah. But they're still lovely people if we could just piss off this bad behaviour.
They could be very lovely. Some of them I've been able to sway back into my court, but the hardcore top 5, forget about it. They're lost. They're lost souls.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm really, my agenda, right? So I'm only here to close the books on my bad experience. My agenda is world peace, and I think I can actually create it. I mean, permanent.
Anybody who derives pleasure from the abuse of another individual just screams of psycho to me.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Michelle Ann, you're Michael Ann. I did it again. But see how quickly I caught it? That's how the mind works when
No
it's...
worries. It happens. Everybody does it.
Oh, no, I'm fine. We're not embarrassed or any of that shit. But you're welcome to join a bunch of us, because I found a group of enlightened people. And Seeger, I'm thinking of that hamburger dude. I'd love to get him back. He's enlightened and he's drunk.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you and him, you do the best show fucking ever. I promise you. So what I'm saying, Michael Ann, is come back if we've got a show on with these dudes, enlightened folks just playing, and I promise you it'll be the biggest laugh of your life. And that's what the internet experience should be about. And we exchange information, and we learn, and we just have a ball. This internet place can be brilliant, but for these pricks, these pricks ruin it for everybody. Now, hang on, my announcer, my co-announcer, the 14-year-old genius, John Pitts, says, I wasn't here for it properly. I forgot about that. We need to, yeah, so he agrees with me. We love Mr. McChicken. So this guy's enlightened, but he was pissed, and he's got a great little animation.
Am I enlightened?
No, you're an arsehole.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
That's mean to say. Come on.
No, if I say you're an ass, but I'm not attacking you as a person. I'm just attacking your ego. I just wind your ego up.
Oh, I like my ego though.
Well, fucking wake up. That's all I can say. I'll tell you why, right? I'll tell you why. And this is true, right? And actually, now that we've got Michael Ann, so Michael Ann, you're RN.
Yes, sir.
You're an RN?
Yes, sir. 30
My
years.
my wife is an RN as well.
Well, that doesn't fucking excuse you from being an asshole. Now, Michael Ann,
Someone say geek. Who did this?
if you fuck with me with your ego, I'll fuck your ego right back. Michael Ann, have you done any palliative care?
Say that again, dear.
Have you done any palliative care?
Palliative?
Yeah, death.
Yes, absolutely, all the time.
Okay, hold of that thought, because I want to...
I take care of cancer patients as a part of my population.
Yeah, and more power to you, ladies, because you do just fantastic work. But you'd love to do that, right? Because that's the true human spirit. Now, Positively Godless, do you do palliative care?
No.
Yeah, that's because you're an asshole. Right,
No,
now,
that's because I'm not an RN.
I'm
My
joking.
wife actually works in neuroscience.
I'm joking.
Okay.
All right, just settle fucking down, you egotistical prick. I just did it again.
That's mean, Rob. That's really cruel and
No,
hurtful.
no, it's kind, and I'll explain why in a minute.
Well, I don't. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, Michael Ann, isn't it true that there is a condition in palliative care where a person dies in deep regret?
Absolutely.
And isn't it the saddest thing ever?
It's devastating.
Hey, Rob.
Hang on.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Shut up. Rob's house, don't fucking interrupt. Right, now, because we're having an important discussion and it's upsetting your ego, so I understand that dynamic. Shut up. So, Michael Ann, the baseline for that condition is ego. Do you think?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, well, don't believe it, dear. It's fucking true. What happens through life, what ego is a collection of false ideas about the self, right? In other words, it's a collection of fucking nothing. I hope you're listening, positive godless. It's a false idea about the self, which have no basis in reality. And if people hang on to that, in other words, hang on to that, when they get to end of life, they experience exactly that sad death. And I mean, I can't think of anything worse in life is to actually slip away from the one singular life that we get with regret. It's fucking an appalling sort of scenario. So if we could get our focus on this ego idiot, whatever it is, and learn that it's fucking just piss it off fucking completely. Hang on, I'll check with my 14-year-old announcer. Am I right, Mr. Genius, John Pitts? Very right. Now, this is a fucking 14-year-old boy, Mr. Godless, that's schooling you. We don't have... Hang on. Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. Now, Michael Ann, now see that little laugh he gave? That's a cue that tells me things. Do you see what I'm doing, Michael Ann?
It's quite obvious to me.
Yeah, now, Michael Ann, everyone's got this shit going on. That's why a 14-year-old boy can get it, right? Why I get it, and why you're getting it. So, all I want to say to you, positive godless, value in an ego is the singularly most stupid fucking thing a human can do. They are fucking just a nightmare. And what are they? They are a bag full of lies. What value is there in having a misunderstanding about reality? Can you explain that?
What value? Say that question again, please. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Where's the value? Because what ego specifically is, right, is a collection of lies or misinterpretations of reality. That's all it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. So my question to you is, if that's a true statement, where's the value in valuing a lie?
A lie? Like untruth?
Yeah, well, that's what lies are.
Well, I don't. Ego is a word that you're using, but I mean, I would say I'm confident. For the most part, I'm confident in.
Hold it. We have to deal with points made.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So you just said that you're confident, and you base that on your ego nature. Mm-hmm. Well, no. Your confidence is a false confidence, and I can actually prove that to you. If I stick you in a lion's den, and I'll be in that lion's den with you, just to prove the point, because I'd probably consider that actually. What would happen is you'd be shitting your pants, and I'd be standing there waiting for death to come.
How do you know that?
I'm more confident than you are.
How do you know that?
Because I just do. Hang on, wait a minute. I just want to go to... Well, actually, I probably wouldn't fucking do it. I'd find some other way to demonstrate the similar point. John Pitts, am I right? This is a 14-year-old that's schooling you, dude. Yep. Now, you see, You bullshit your answer. He just says, yep, no, yep, no, yep, no, no.
Well,
no,
John
yep.
Pitts doesn't know who I am, doesn't know me at all. So
Hang on, hold on. John Pitts, you know this loser. Maybe.
hey. Careful now.
Please proceed, John Pitts.
Don't need to. Sega Geek, can I ask Sega Geek?
Hold on. We have to hear from John Pitts. John Pitts, please.
He
give
said
us-
don't need.
I'll burn his ass no matter what. And
Okay.
this is a 14-year-old, and he's read you like a book. And he's fucking
No, he
awesome.
hasn't.
Yes, he has, because you got a fucking ego,
That I'll admit. I'll admit I have an ego.
and it poisons your life.
At least I admit it. That's the difference between your accusations towards other people. At least I'll admit it.
Yeah. Now, careful, godless. If you
You
come
can call
in,
me Scott.
Yeah, Scott. Careful, Scott. Do not broadcast their agenda. If you want to do that discussion, we'll do that on another day.
Can I talk to Sega Geek for a real quick second?
Be careful about. Be careful about broadcasting an agenda.
No,
I'll pick it up.
I just
straight
want to make sure that him and I are cool. That's all I care about.
We are cool.
Okay, because you watched the hangout that I did with Rose about a month ago or so.
I don't remember it, man.
Okay.
Sega
You said that I had an ego, and I was like, yeah, well.
Hey,
I was
did you-
arrogant.
wait a minute. Hang on, this is important. Did you fucking say that, Sega Geek?
I don't remember, did I?
I think you said I was arrogant. That's fine. I don't-
I'm impressed. That's a fucking good read, and that's a guy that's not sitting on the fence. These are high quality things, Sega Geek. Hey, JP, are you impressed with your internet daddy?
Father, get it right.
Okay, sorry.
For the love of God. Fine, for the love of McDonald's McChickens. Get it
Yeah,
right.
that's right. Well, yes, we love McDonald's. Well, your son
Dude, they're
doesn't.
only $1. They're so good.
Yeah, your son doesn't want to embarrass you or something. Anyway, over to you, Mr. Godlessly or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I do remember you now. I actually, hold on, let me get my glasses on. Crap.
Kick his fucking ass.
I was downstairs in my staging area where we record our show. So
Bruh, I was like legit laying down. Okay, so tell me the topic, what we were discussing.
you came in after I left. We tried to get Pillbox and Rose on our show, but neither one of them wanted to come on. So I went on their show and asked them questions.
News break. Hang on, news break. This is important. What they're doing, they're fucking tripping over themselves. What they're
I know,
saying.
it's so laughable. They're trying to push this death threat. It is so fucking funny. It's hilarious. Oh my God, Rob, you had a death threat. Holy shit. It
Now-
didn't sound like a death threat to me, and you notice it's floating like the Hindenburg.
Right, as long as I have
we've
no...
got, hang on, guys. This is coming in live from the mosh pit. We know now that positively, because we've got Fiction Say, she says, yeah, give positively some time. So if you come in to fucking make a hero of yourself, ain't gonna happen, dude. You speak one word out of a sentence, and we pick it up live. We pick it up immediately. Hang on, wait a minute. JP, that's bullshit. What it is, I've got a folder on my computer, and it got broadcast, and it says unsafe porn. What it was, it's a collection of this pornographic material that these pricks, that I'm using for evidence. so what they did, they sort of took it and they thought, fucking hell, we got evidence to nail it. Well, no, you fuckwits. It's your porn. But anyway, Positively's been Positively sort of thought he'd win some fucking brownie points, and he thinks that he's something. Hey, Positively, you're dealing with genius level people. You're fucking.
I don't think so.
Well, we are. We are. Truly, we are.
And I don't think. No, I doubt that.
Well, I'll come back and talk to you about that in a minute. I just want to finish this one. Now, when he's done what they said, is Cerberus is going to be next, our next guest, right? So they're lining things up. They've got the coalition They've got the coalition. Thanks. That's my broadcast announcer, and he's doing whatever he wants to do. Now, what happened there? Oh, Michael Ann, that's cognitive dissonance.
I never had to explain anything.
No, you're right. You're the perfect announcer. It's just that JP's, mate, he might be getting fucking bored or something. So he's probably communicating to me. Yeah, he's saying, come on, fuck it.
Anything,
Anyway.
anything
All
my
right.
son wants to do. That's all I'm going to say.
What's that, sorry, Seeger?
Anything my son wants, he can do. That's cool.
Well, he is, he's a special case, isn't he? Whoops, he ran away again. So we'll just go back to normal discourse, and we'll wait for our next guest. He needs to get into another call. Oh, you know what that is? Fuck you, people. This is the most important thing in his fucking life because he's been pulled apart. For the year he is. That's actually the face-saving maneuver in the cognitive dissonance phenomenon. He just wants to be said, oh, I'm important. You're fucking not. I'm going to.
I really did get enjoyment when he would start to come on as different people. And you can hear his voice straight through. I mean, I don't know what people think that they can masquerade their voice and their cadence. They can't.
Yeah, correct.
It's kind of awesome
That shows you how desperate he is. You fry his fucking ass.
It's kind of awesome that someone actually remembers me.
Sorry, hang on. The most important person in the world is calling on me. He's saying, he's trying to fucking tell me stuff. Oh, okay. But haven't I got it on? Oh, okay. All right. There you go. Sorry.
You hadn't heard the pervert this morning talking about how men that get raped don't get to, call it into the police, and it's a very big problem where men are taken advantage of. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. What about women, you fucking idiots?
It's all about the pervert. You can't find it.
Hey, that's a cue. That's a cue. Now we're going to talk to our next trolley superstar, Trolley Wally. His name, I call him Morg the Dork, and this is where we probably ran foul, or you ran foul of this bloody bully. He's a sexual pervert. His name's Mark. I annoy you, we annoy you, we annoy him. Now, this prick, what he did, now, unfortunately for a lady, I'm just going to speak candidly because we have to fucking stop this prick. We do not want him doing this to any women anymore, anyhow. And also, on the back of it, any other fucking men that are doing this, you need to know that it has to stop. This is fucking totally inappropriate. If you want to look at tits, fucking open your chest and go look in the fucking mirror and then have a tug off or whatever. But do not, it's just totally inappropriate. Because women are, and Jesus said this, right? Women are the same as us when it comes to human beings, and their worth. So total, absolute, 100% equality across the whole population. Nothing less. So this fucking asshole, I don't normally swear much, but I use it for effect. I'm actually worried that I'm getting to fall into a bad behaviour. But that's okay. I can handle it. It's only words. the father, the internet father, and the internet son are just sort of building the relationship. Now, this particular prick, all right, what he did is that he, and there's a lot more to this arsehole than meets the eye. There's been suggestions in his own word that there might be some issues at the home relating to his young family. And I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but there's a cue there that I think should be investigated. Because when I was raising my kids, out of ignorance, I would give them the strap. And fucking I promise you that's the worst and wrongest thing you could ever do to a human. Never, ever, 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 ever hurt another human being, ever. Now they'll take that little clap and they'll say that I'm a child beater or whatever, but come and have a talk to my kids, some of whom are enlightened, and I think you'll find that they're fine. Now, it's just that was a mistaken judgment call that I made as a young parent. And on young parenting, there should be a fucking school, because you don't have to learn rocket science, but there are a few cues that you could learn, like the super nanny technique. So you don't hit, you just put in the naughty corner, and learn about your own behaviours, and we could improve parenting almost overnight. So this Mork, the dork dude, led this lady to believe that a relationship was developing. I'm not going to say the name of the lady. The viewer counts up to 15. Come on, we need 1,000. This is important stuff for humanity. Okay, so this guy, right, lured her into the relationship, and you got the good and the bad going on in every person. So he's able to carefully craft the love scenario. All right, just sit there, Mr. Guru, and we'll come to you. Perfect timing, might I add. It's almost like it's governed by the gods. Now, if you porn bomb to stop this broadcast, you'll have zero effect. Hey, actually, now, JP, I've got to present to everyone so I can prevent him from doing that. Yeah. Besides, that's a good message. Say no to Islam. Fuck off, Islam. We don't need you in this world. And in replace, you've got Jesus, the Injil. So, and you'll be better off for it. So, this guy, right, lures her into a relationship, and she trusts him. And Michael Ann, I don't know whether you've had relationships, but women in love, they just can trust a little bit too much. And anyway, so bottom line is he gets her into a chat room on her own, and then they, and because his dick's driving his his agenda, he's after seeing her titties. And he achieves that end, and once he's achieved it, he basically dumps her. But the real cruel part, because people have got bits and pieces, but the real cruel part, the absolute cruelty, he went back to a group that she belonged to. And this is, Michael Ann, this is his group dynamic. He went back to this group that she belonged to and poisoned the water, because these are alpha types of ego maniacs. They want to rule the world, and they think that they actually do dominate everyone. They can convince, and the feedback is they fucking do. Now that's a real problem. So there's a case, Sega, to have a run a show on reading people, how to read, whether a person's good or bad. I think we're really good at it now. So it'd be really good to run a show just on that topic. Sega, so you okay with running these shows?
Sure.
Okay, mate. Hey, did you notice something just then? You just did a single line answer. That tells me a lot about your enlightenment process. It's fucking coming along at a very fast rate. Now, if you feel a tear coming on, mate, that's fucking natural, right? Tears of sorrow and joy, they're true emotions, and we can't control them. We don't manufacture them, right? So just embrace them. They're just part of the beauty of being a human being. All right, so what this guy did is he goes back to this fucking group, and what he does is just, the worst crime I think ever. He basically cast her as a fucking liar and a bad lady or whatever, and I promise you she's not. She's one of the nicest ladies I've come across on the internet. So you had this contrast. Now, she didn't want to so you have this contrast, right? And she wants to address that, right? And the more she tries to desperately address it, and this is what you'll understand, Michael Ann, they persecuted her, right? So you're speaking the truth. These pricks are broadcasting lies, and they just keep doing it. And then they run off to an internet room, and they go, ha, 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 ha. That was funny. But it's actually cruel and it's quite harmful. So in my case, there's physical outcomes, loss of years of life and, really significant life events. Michael Ann, you're welcome to attest to your losses because of that. But there's a positive side. I fucking gained massively, in terms of, and this is karma. This is real karma. Because the experience got me into really thinking deeply about this particular problem, and it really helped mature my enlightenment, if that's a possible thing. I still think enlightenment's an on-off switch. Oh, but there seems to be a little bit of a stage where you evolve into it. So anyway, so he's done that. He's broadcast this thing. The lady she's a paramedic, right? And out of her paramedic experience, she suffers PTSD or something like that. And so they were persecuting on that angle, saying mental illness. This is how cruel it gets. And they did the same with me this time around. They broadcast that I'm mentally ill. And I promise you, I'm probably the furthest thing from mentally ill. So now, JP is just like he's 14-year-old, right? He understands everything I'm saying. Absolutely everything. And that's why he's just spending time. He's enjoying the company of his internet dad, Seeger. Seeger's a lovely individual when you spend time, get to know him, very creative, just wonderful stuff. So it's good to see this sort of relationship. So they're not caught up in the drama because, they just get it. They don't have to have it explained. So for our audience, they're getting an explanation. So, so they persecuted this lady, and they really had her in a low state, right? And fortunately for her, I happened to be standing by. So I did what enlightened people do. We just go straight to the person in need, just like you do, Michael Ann. So that tells me that you're close to enlightened state or whatever. I've got a question. Do you tell any lies?
Are you able to any of that external chat?
Oh, what?
They are just chomping at the bit. You got the big kahunas out there.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to deal with each and every fucking one of them. And I promise you, I can.
I can't wait. How soon to the frying of the big perv?
Oh, him, yeah, that's coming, but I must respect the lady and make sure she's comfortable. It's going to be a positive experience for her, but I don't know, how she feels about it, because you got to remember, the good wolf, bad wolf, she fell for the good wolf, and she still got a little bit of, but, I promise, my promise to her will be that, we can get that individual out. On the proviso that he wants to, so, you just gotta work with it. So it's coming. We're ready to rock and roll. But
Guys, I'll be back in a little bit.
okay, mate.
I have a football show I have to do, so I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right, mate. That's a good sign. All good signs. Very, 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 very happy for you, Seeger. Now,
right, I'll be back in about an hour. Sorry to cut you off again, but no, you guys. Hopefully you guys will be back when I get back. It's only going to be about 45 minutes or so.
okay, mate.
All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, bye.
Hey, Seeger.
Yes.
Notice something there. That was a short goodbye. That's a change in you.
Yeah.
it's a good thing. See you, mate.
All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Yeah. So that guy's dropping his ego, and I pick up all the cues. I know exactly what they are. All right. So and JP's gone. So my little controller. Yeah. I promise you, Michael, and if you spend some time with us, it's a rich experience. Not so much because I'm in there, but
this G Plus thing is really not my cup of tea. I have way too much to do.
Yeah.
This is why I don't go into other rooms. I don't go. It's not for me. It is absolutely not for me.
Well, because I'm trying to change that whole landscape, before you make your final call, or rather, because I respect that you've got things to do in your own life, but maybe if you're bored one night or you're looking for something to do, if you come on a G Plus, look us up and just see what that different experience is. So anyway, let's get on to Mork the dork, the sex pervert, Mark.
He's telling everybody in the hangout room that I'm not a nurse, so I'd like to know how that's not how that is.
You and I know that you fucking are.
And the other one they like to prove is that I'm a raging drunk, which is really difficult to do when you don't drink. But I guess you just put up with the shit from people that don't even know who the hell they're talking about.
No.
That would be our boy Mork the Dork.
Yeah, that's him. That's Mork the Dork. He's fucking dead.
I'm a liar. I'm a fraud and a drunk. Here we go. Here's all his shit from somebody who doesn't know anything about.
Hang on, Michael. What he's fucking how stupid this is. Do you remember we had a discussion on palliative care, and I lent to you for advice?
Yep.
I knew you were fucking right because I've actually had some exposure to that environment. And so by doing that, I'm actually validating, you don't have that deep appreciation for, the death event, if unless you work in that context. So, that's hard evidence, right, to the viewers that this guy's a fucking liar.
Okay, so Bulldog, where did I lie? You guys, all you got is big talk with little boys with big talk. So pull out your shit, dudes. Let's see your shit. What do you got? What do you got, baby boys? What do you got, baby boy?
Okay, so let's
boys with little toys playing around.
Yeah, getting little boys to say their penises on the internet. Maybe.
Yep, it's unbelievable to me. I mean, seriously, that a man would stoop so low. I mean, do men honestly think that women live to just wait for them to be asked to show them their tits? I mean, seriously. What the fuck? I mean, women running around saying, "Oh, show me your dick." Gee, I can't wait. This is what happened. God did to men. They can't, and especially some men just cannot help themselves.
Yeah, you're right to a degree. But enlightenment actually resolves that, because what happens in enlightenment? So you got these two phenomena, there's two survival instincts, and the self-survival instinct ties to the sex aspect, and the second one ties to the love, the authentic love aspect. And with these guys or people with ego, naturally that's tied to the sex, so they have a higher attention to sex. But someone that's enlightened, they love first, and then sex follows. Now, this 14-year-old dude, he was telling me about, he's excited about his new girlfriend, and I'm allowed to talk about it, and I wouldn't if I wasn't, and if I did, I'd say sorry. but it was about, you could see in the conversation that it was about the love, and apparently his girlfriend might be enlightened as too. I think, yeah, he said yes, so it must be. So for people that are enlightened, the love is the precursor, the sex is a secondary, and that's the way it should be in human relationships. But for these guys with egos, the sex becomes first, and then the love follows.
You think we can simulcast their trashing Talk Tuesday or whatever the hell they're talking about? Maybe we can simulcast their shit.
Yeah, well, you can actually, because if they broadcast live, what you can do is you can open a Hangout and you actually grab the live link to their stuff, and then you run a fucking commentary on it and expose, because you can't hide the behaviours.
I know, they just put it up there.
Yeah. Now, let's finish Mork the Dork, because I need to now move on to Guru, who happens to be a guy called Cerebus. He's in the...
we just Mark. The dork went over there. Where do you see the shit that he starts pissing over there?
Yeah. So anyway, hang on a minute, Michael. So that's what this guy did. It's probably one of the most cruelest things you can do to a woman, because a woman, just longs for loving. That's all. I mean, there's fucking nothing wrong with that, because that's the good nature of. And women,
women who know what they're doing can spot a guy like Mark from across the street.
Yeah, granted. And that's another discussion, but it relates to the ego problem in this lady's case. But we sort of dealt with that, I think. So the payback, the positive, she moves you know, more up the
We're
enlightened
just
scale.
trying to keep up with the lies that you're telling there, pervo. The pumpkin twitch-faced perv.
Now,
Keep twitching there, pervo.
he won't be in the internet for much longer. He's going to be run out of town, particularly when we start to broadcast this information.
Twitching there, pervo.
So the next step, I'm going to keep this video if they don't fucking pull it down. Well, I'll keep a copy like I always do, but
Yes. Listen
we
to
go-
these guys.
we're gonna get this information out, and we're gonna basically run this person out of town. He'd be wise though. He'd
That
be
would be a
wise.
pleasure.
Yeah, but
The problem is he's got a lot of trash that accompanies him.
oh yeah, absolutely. But that's his doing. He pisses in the water and fouls it. Anyway, so bottom line is what's happening with him as we address each individual, right? What's happening forward for him is he must come and meet with me and Sugar Rhodes and in a public live hangout, and I'll only accept 100% truth. And I've got a fucking 100% bullshit detector.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll never do that. You got no shot that's happening.
Well, that's okay, but remember we spoke about the palliative care outcome. Karma has been delivered, right? So my attention turns to Sugar and making sure that she's the beautiful.
Well, the exposure alone is
Hey?
priceless.
Well,
The exposure alone is priceless.
oh yeah, well, karma's a bitch, right? Now, my attention now is on a more important matter, and she's doing wonderfully well, and it may even be she might shake the PTSD, which would be a fabulous outcome for her. Is to make sure that Sugar's, you know, a fully mature, happy, confident person, and then she gets a tremendous gift from this difficult experience. And I think we can do it. I honestly think we can. All right, here we go. Now this dude, just to introduce him, he'll masquerade and he won't break voice, I don't think, but he should. This guy's name is Cerebus. Hex. Yeah, shut up. This is Cerebus Hex. Now, Cerebus is, I don't know, he's some sort of firefighter or something like that. I can't remember. So, you know, salt of the earth. Absolute salt of the earth profession. Probably respected in his peer group quite well. But I'm telling you, Cerebus, and I mean this with all sincerity, you're fucked in terms of that job. You're going to lose that job. Right, now, and it's not my fault, it's fucking yours, because you won't be able to face up to things. However, having said that, you can actually redeem it, but the way you fix it is the truth sets you free. And you might kid yourself, but you can never fucking kid me. You know exactly everything that went on, because in the data stream that's coming into the body, right, where we collect all of our data from, that's always the absolute truth. It's when the ego gets in line with that data stream and fucks it up a bit, this is where the ego is created. So if you were to, if I was a judge and you came to me and you said, I can't remember, I'd fucking lock you up. Now, so that's Cerebus, lovely bloke. Now that all returns to you, Cerebus, but you've been caught up in this fucking bullying shit. And why I'm cross, it's ironic, right? Because Michael Ann, remember I asked for some help and you sort of kind of sat on the fence. It's okay, there's no drama. But it's ironic that we got sat on the fence, sitting here, now that we're talking to a guy. The biggest grief I had with him is, like Brother John, like Frank Green, a professional, they sit on the fence while I'm being bullied, and bullied in such a way that led me to be agitated to the nth degree. They'll say, oh, we didn't know about the outcomes, but you knew about the bullying behaviour and how upsetting it was to me. And you sat on the fucking fence, and that's not a way a human lives, right? A proper, full human. what you've got to do when you see an injustice, you've got to step up. Because when you do that, you start to stamp out these sort of behaviours. And if we all did it like they used to do in the 50s, you know, we live in more peaceful societies. We just do. These are simple fucking solutions to, you know, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of problems. No fucking egos, no lies, no problems. It's that simple, I promise you. So keep treating it like fucking a light joke, mate. And what he's here for, because it's egoic, he's here to sort of, you know, try and sort me out. So welcome, Mr. Guru. Oh, sorry, there's 3 personas that this guy runs. He runs this dude, Guru, because, and it's ironic because I think he's always felt intellectually superior to me, or wiser, or whatever. I got to tell you, Mr. Guru, you're fucking not by a long shot. I'm on level 50. You're on level 12, something like that. So Mr. Guru is one persona. The second persona is Lucifer. So that's the ego complex. This one's the God complex. And then the third one is the individual, Cerberus, the person complex. So it's interesting how it evolves. So, Michael Land, you can see, you know, how reality always comes to the fore. And it's reflected in all their behaviours. You can't change this shit. It's hardwired. It's not intellectual shit. These things called or the self-survival instinct and the herd instinct are hardwired in. They're not part of the intellectual process. It's like they've got their own mind. Okay, but it's not a mind.